Hey loves, and welcome back to Sometimes I Love You More. Today I'm going to be sharing the 5 big money mistakes that I've made. Starting off at number 1, it's going to be a mistake I made when I was 18 years old. I'm not even sure how this came about, but somehow I got a phone call from a magazine retailer who was selling me some type of deal where you get all these different issues of magazines and it's some cheap price. However, they lock you into a verbal agreement on the phone that they somehow say is contractual even though you can't cancel it later. I'm not sure if it was a ripoff or not. I mean, money-wise, it was definitely a ripoff, but I'm not sure if it was fraudulent or what the case was. But I ended up not paying on it because I was just totally against them saying I couldn't cancel the agreement, but I got locked into it and it ended up going to collections. I'm not sure how much I ended up having to pay. I think it might have been like $500 or something for magazines that I barely even read. It was just a complete waste of money. So that's one of my biggest regrets when I was younger. The second biggest regret was my first credit card, which is through First Premier. I can't remember the interest rate on it, but it only had $500 on it. I don't really regret the fact that I got the credit card per se because of the company. It was more so a glimpse at future me and my lack of money management. Because within the first week of me having that $500 credit card, I maxed it out. I mean, I spent every penny on shoes and home decor and things that I shouldn't have put on a credit card at all. So I definitely regret not learning from that experience and realizing that I cannot manage a credit card whatsoever. It would have saved me thousands of dollars in the future. Number 3 was another lesson that I learned as far as not going in and making decisions the first day instead of taking time to think over the process. So when I was newly married, I went to a convention and they had like a person there advertising this American Laser Center or something like that for laser hair removal and microdermabrasion, all this stuff. I had really bad skin then, and I had facial hair due to my PCOS, which I didn't know I had PCOS at the time, but I went there and they talked me into this amazing package. The package was for laser hair removal and microdermabrasion to help alleviate the acne that I had on my face, and the package was $3,000. So I went ahead, unfortunately, and signed an agreement in the office that day, and they also, this was the tricky part that they got me on, they also went ahead and did the first treatment that day. So I was locked in from the get-go. But once I got home and I talked to my husband, I realized that that was not a good decision to make, especially without speaking to him about it, and he was our sole income at the time. And I tried to call and cancel, but they were like, no, of course not. Obviously, looking back on it, it's like, why would they let me out of a contract that I signed? I was 18. I should have known better. Another area that we've wasted money on a couple times, that's why I'm putting it as one of my big mistakes, is that I fall victim to these timeshare deals where my family members have timeshares and then they list other people that they think may be interested. Well, timeshares are the best sounding thing ever. Their salespeople are like top notch. They can make it sound like you need to buy it today. And I've been to a couple of them just to get the deals. But once you go to the little seminar they have, you can pay, I think it's $150, sometimes $200 for these like weekend trips, and then you have to go to another seminar. But we've paid for those at least twice, and each time it's been money wasted because we never use it within the time frame that they give you. And so we're just throwing away $200 every single time. But we have learned not to even, as soon as they call us, we're like, I'm sorry, we don't go on trips. Like, we're not gonna pay for this money to be wasted. So even though that's not a huge amount of money, when you do it over and over again, it starts adding up. My final mistake is probably my biggest one, and that was me and my husband getting a personal loan in our name for a family member. So the family member came to us and asked for help, and I was wanting to help them because of the situation. I'll spare all the details since it was a family issue, but we went ahead and got the loan for a certain amount, and the person did make the payments on time and they gave us money and it's been paid off, but it just was uncomfortable because now that relationship is turned into a business agreement and the person owes you money. Plus, me and my husband were trying to buy a home, so it was unfortunate that at the time we had another loan on our credit and it could have affected our interest rate a little bit. We still got a great interest rate because of the VA loan. So we definitely learned from that situation, and we are totally against getting loans for other people's or co-signing for friends. I'm okay with co-signing for if I had a child that was maybe like 18 getting their first car or something like that. That's a kind of different scenario. But when you think about it, it's like that person is coming to you because they already have issues managing their money. So that doesn't necessarily motivate that person to pay it on time or think about the effects, considering it's going to affect your credit, not theirs. But these are the 5 money mistakes that I made through the years and had to learn my lesson from. If you've made some bad decisions, I'd love to hear from you in the comments down below. As well as if you like this video, please like it and subscribe. Make sure to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I put out new videos. And until next time, bye y'all.